It's Lisa, and I actually decided decided to make a video response to your video, this video, because I found it really sort of touching for me, and I think you said some really important things, and something that I like share, with you, and basically you touched upon the subject of insecurities, and fear, which can affect the way we feel, the way we behave, and the way we victimize ourselves or feel resentment towards other people, just because we feel that we are lacking of something, and I do really deeply understand it, especially you mentioned that going to clubs make you feel you don't like it, because obviously it brings up all these feelings of resentment towards biological men, and that's I can totally understand that. I can say that as I'm a transgender woman, I like heterosexual men, but I can say from the outside that I wouldn't think in a million years that you would have anything less than any other biological male, regardless. And it's not just about how attractive one is, but it's just I don't think you have anything less to offer to a woman than any other man. If anything, you have more. And but it's not about what I think, because I know what you're saying. It's about the way we feel about ourselves, and I feel the same. If I have to go to a straight party, which I did last Saturday, for instance, or an environment where it's predominantly heterosexual men and women, my age group or younger, then it will pretty much always be about sex and looking to get with somebody and stuff like that. And I will feel awfully insecure, because I will feel like I am the transgender person here. At this party where I was, it was pretty obvious that I'm trans, for better or worse, but also because the person that invited me knows and talked about me to her girlfriends and friends and stuff like that. And I I know that I cannot shake off that feeling of I am not what these guys want, and I will. And regardless, if somebody will talk, some guy will talk to me, I will still have that feeling. I will still be focused on the fact that I'm lacking of something. I'm not like, a genetic girl. There's, a man wants a genetic girl with, all the attributes of a genetic woman, and blah, 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 blah. But I can tell you that inevitably there is also somebody that somehow is interested, because you are a man, I'm a woman, and you will attract female, and I will attract heterosexual female, and I will attract heterosexual men. But what I wanted to say is that it's that feeling that we have inside that doesn't change, It comes from us. It comes from, as you said, a place where we don't love ourselves, or at least I can talk about myself. It comes from a place where I'm not still embracing myself for being transgender. I'm still not completely, fully embracing the blessing that I have, you know, and I'm not going into this situation, you know, feeling like I'm actually special, if anything. I go into this situation feeling like I'm lacking of something. So, regardless of whether I'm going to have a response or not, I'm going to have this feeling inside of me because it's inside of me, you know? So, and this then becomes what, you know, you have mentioned as well, this kind of hierarchy, you know, that there is, I believe, you know, if you mentioned it among FTM, but definitely amongst NTF, of, you know, the most, you know, possible, or, you know, the myth of the transsexual woman that doesn't, you know, nobody knows she is, and blah blah blah. And there are definitely lots of attractive ones and stuff like that, but as you mentioned before, the very fact that one is transgender just puts that all that palaver to rest, because you know, some just on that simple fact, you might face just as much rejection as somebody else that maybe is not as possible, you know. You just be, you know, just because you were not born, you know, biologically female, you might encounter somebody that, you know, just says, no thank you, you look like the most beautiful woman, but I'm never going to go there, you know. So, but it's again this kind of insecurity that pushes you. And I would add to bully also the ones that are below, you know, you in terms of transition. I.e., you know, what I notice is that, and maybe I'm guilty myself with this, you know, I would struggle to for instance, go out with a girl that is not as possible maybe as I perceive I am, or, and I'm sure other ones would struggle to go out with me because they perceive me as less possible than they are. And it's awful to say this, you know, it's just a nonsense, you know. But it is like that, and it all comes from this insecurity, you know, and also this place of, I mean, let's face it, we have been in a transition, therefore we didn't look like this a few years ago, therefore we did go through a period of looking quite, you know, different, and probably face some sort of adverse reactions. People that, you know, don't know what to say to you, people that look at you and study you, and, you know, we all go through that. And maybe seeing somebody that is in an earlier stage or not as possible make you feel like, you know, I don't want to go back there, I don't want to go back to that kind of, you know, dimension, you know, that I just wanted to get out of. But again, you know, it's all about the way we feel about ourselves, and, you know, not loving myself. Because, you know, what these people, you know, what these people are, you know, nothing other than transgender, just like me. And also the ones that I perceive as more possible than me, and having more, as you say, you know, they have more boxes that they check. I give them this power, you know, because of my insecurity. I give them the power of being better, because I decide that they're better. But that's my problem. God knows the way they feel about themselves, exactly. And so it was really good to see your video, to watch it, and yeah, I've definitely done, I think, we're all on this journey, and I wouldn't give any advice as to what to do, whether go to clubs or not go to clubs. All I know that, at the end of the day, we've got to be realistic, and we know that all those things are bullshit, sorry, but the all the situations, of like parties, club, and they are important, but just in the moment. In the long run, this is not how, your happiness is not gonna be built on that. Your happiness is gonna be depend on how, the love that you create for yourself, and hopefully one day also the love that you're gonna share with another person, and that's it. There's not, not a lot more than this, and all those things won't really matter, and that is for everybody, trans, non-trans, straight, gay, even for all those people, all those parties won't matter, all those clubs, and they are just like a temporary, fleeting moment in the, in this journey that we live in. So I think, as you probably know, you're doing amazingly well, and you seem to be a great man. So yeah, I wish you well. Bye bye.